Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and last night we saw something in the middle of Hurricane Harvey, which I'm in the middle of. And by the way, I want to thank all my supporters who've said, hey, I hope you're safe, take care. I've even had at least one person come in and say, I don't really even like you or your channel, but I want you to stay safe, take care. And that's a real genuine person right there, someone who doesn't even like someone and still wishes them well in the middle of a natural disaster. And I want to let all the people know who said they hope I die, I hope that they hope I drown. I'm going to live and fight just to spite you guys, so you can go fuck yourselves. But let me put on my +5 hat of weaponsmithing, work on skilled out my crafting a little bit, and let's talk about an incident we had last night. Because, we've been at home for a couple days eating food that we have stockpiled at home. Because I have food, water, things like that, and we're like, you know what, let's go run out for the night. The rain seemed to have receded a little bit. There's no flooding near us. Let's go out and see what's open. And we looked around, nearest grocery store was not open. We found a restaurant open. Understaffed, doing the best they could with a good little crowd of people there, but they were open in the middle of this hurricane. And that's entrepreneurs right there, trying to make money. And we're going to get to a point of people's crazy, insane diets. People need to learn to let this crap go. I don't care whatever morality you place on your diet. When you're in a natural disaster and your diet starts to negatively affect other people in a stressful situation, you really need to just go fuck yourself. And that's exactly what we saw last night. And this is one thing I need to remind vegans, because I'm used to have to dealing with vegans here. I don't even dislike you guys for the most part, but you need to understand how annoying you guys can be at times. You're such a tiny segment of the population, yet you come and harass channels because they say, hey, eating a bit of meat's okay. I'm someone who says people should be eating 90% plants for their food. You probably don't need more than 10% of your calories coming from animal source products for optimal athleticism or anything else. So I actually promote mostly plant-based diets, and yet I still deal with the crazy-ass vegans here all the time, to the point where I have to ban some, because like, oh my god, you ate meat. You're the most evil, and they freak out. And it's so stupid when I'm actually one of the few omnivores, normal eating people on YouTube who they really shouldn't be attacking, because we agree on 90% of stuff. But I have to deal with their craziness all the time on here. And we actually had to deal with one last night. It just reminded me of that. I'm like, of all things to deal with in a hurricane, a crazy-ass vegan. Because we were in this place and people were in there. And it was just people all getting along, asking how everyone else is doing. We all managed to get out. Everyone there talking about their loved ones. And we've been seeing all across Texas people coming together, helping each other. This has actually been a unifying moment here in Texas. There's been a lot of charity, a lot of people out there helping each other. All right, nobody caring what color someone's skin is, nobody caring what other people's beliefs are, just seeing people in need and people chipping in to help each other, people praying for each other, people giving well wishes to each other for everyone in danger here. It has been like a big event that brought people together. But we're in this, doing this, and everyone's just grateful that there was a place open serving hot food, something different than what all of us have been eating at home for a couple days. We were all grateful and thankful of that fact. Well, this woman, her child had been sent in to get some food, get her whatever vegetarian dish or whatever it is that she had, and she comes back in because they sent her something out with meat, and she comes in screaming that she's a vegan and that they had put meat in her food, and she threw the food across the place and started pushing and screaming at the owner of the restaurant. And someone grabbed her, and this is where it got ugly, because he happened to be a black individual, and he pushed her out the door, and we were like, good, get that crazy bitch out. Everyone else was like, good, someone did it. And he grabbed her immediately because he was the closest one to her and told her to get out of here and push her out the door, and we all kind of cheered and laughed. Well, he had to go outside because she kept trying to come back in, and she was still screaming, I'm a vegan, I don't eat meat, why the fuck did you put meat in my food? And she was flipping shit. And Brittany got all this on video. We're not even putting it up at the moment. We're going to keep it, though, in case we need to. We gave a copy to the guy involved because she was calling the police on him and everything. But this woman created this fiasco just because she doesn't eat meat. She's sitting here in a natural disaster. There are people not that far from us who've been evacuated from their homes. Hundreds and hundreds of people have lost their homes. People don't have access to supplies, and she just ruined food in front of a bunch of hungry people, by the way, who would have gladly have liked to have had that food, and she just flung it across the room, acting like a psycho bitch because she doesn't eat meat. I mean, what a fucking bitch. Really, that's the sort of person we need to just get rid of in society, in my opinion. And there was already talk of that among the people. You know, maybe we should just shoot this bitch. Because half of us were strapped. This is Texas. It's like, but it gets worse because then the guy goes out there and she starts wrestling with him and gets his wallet, gets his ID and bank card out, and she goes and runs to her car with it. And he chases her to her car and she's screaming, "You can't get in my car!" And he's trying to get his stuff back. And then she's, she gets pushed back off the property, and she's on the property line, and she's on the phone, and she's still screaming and calling the police, and then she's saying, "A black man assaulted me." And by the way, before people say, no, this wasn't a Caucasian woman herself. It wasn't like a white privilege thing. And she's screaming and tried to turn it into a race thing, that this black man assaulted her and put his hands on her on the phone with the police while everyone's recording and watching this, and then puts her phone back down and gets back into multiple altercations. Before people finally, we just have to tell her, "Look, you need to get out of here, bitch, or we're going to shoot you." Because we're all standing here trying to get food. You're destroying food while we're waiting in line for food that we paid for. You're holding this operation up and we all just want to eat. We're about to fucking kill you. And then we got our stuff and we left, of course. But the whole point is the insanity of it. Here we had people all coming together, and at least we all came together against this crazy person. That was the most interesting thing, that the crazy ass vegan was such an outsider among a group of people of different ethnicities, different backgrounds, ages, socioeconomic backgrounds, everything, that the crazy vegan had to be the one to come in and pull some crazy shit and make everybody band together and basically decide they were going to kill her if she didn't leave. I mean, in the middle of a natural disaster of all things, and just destroyed food, created a commotion, all because she chooses an extreme diet and not to eat meat. Keeping in mind that she completely wasted that food. In the middle of a natural disaster and shortage, completely wasted and ruined that food, including ruining whatever that animal died for. That still had nutritional value. There's hungry people who would have really enjoyed that food. Would have really enjoyed to have that. And she just destroyed it and became aggressive and violent and stealing people's stuff with other people purely over her own diet. In the middle of a time when everyone else is coming together. At a certain point, you got to look at people and say, you know what? Your diet is not the most important thing in the world. All right? And people need to quit attaching so much morality to the choices of the food that they eat. It doesn't make you a better person than someone else just because you choose to follow a certain diet. And that's the insanity that we have in our society today, that people really do think that way. And it's absolutely insane. And I don't care what your motivations are, you are not a better person than someone else because you follow a special diet of some type. Okay? You're not. You're not. And we just had to see that last night, and it just blew my mind, because I see enough of this on the internet, but I never thought I would actually see this sort of crazy shit in person in a high-stress situation where people were just trying to come together and help each other, and everyone was grateful that there was a restaurant actually open in the middle of this crap. And this crazy-ass vegan had to come in and ruin it. But at least the moral of the story, we all banded together against her. Just a lesson out there for people who follow weird, crazy diets and eat vegans, and you guys really need to think about that when you start getting crazy and militant with other people. Probably not the best time to do it in the middle of natural disasters. Just throwing that out there. Alright guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.